Hello fragrance friends, it's Six Pack Sarah. I'm here today to do a brick video update. First I wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. Today, as I'm filming, is officially the third day of Christmas. I personally love to celebrate as much Christmas as I can. So we celebrate official Christmas on Christmas Day, but then we keep things rolling. It was a good Christmas season, but I feel like it's been forever since I've sat down and filmed a video, and I wanted to get back into it by filming my brick collection. I was planning to do just a brick seasonal switchover video, but I didn't get around to that before Christmas, and a lot of it is like Christmas based. So I decided to just refresh. End of the year brick collection video. What does it look like and what do we have going on? So that's what we're here to do today, and I hope you enjoy. Let's start with the brick numbers first and foremost. So I started out the year with 24 bricks, and my goal was to end the year with no more than 24, preferably less, and I currently have 23 in my collection, which is pretty good because I did buy several bricks. Now, I don't know if you participated in the Scentsy after Christmas sale where they put pretty much all of the limited time offer fall and winter holiday items off on sale for 30% off. I was this close to buying one or two more toasted caramel sugar bricks, but then I changed my mind, changed my plan, did some other things, split some stuff with my mom, but I was really close. Almost getting more, but toasted caramel sugar is in my club, so I decided to keep it with just the two that I had. All right, so let's start with the basics. What is a Scentsy brick? You probably know if you're here, but we'll do real quick. A Scentsy brick is huge. There are two shapes, a tree shape for holidays and this Scentsy club shape. So if you're ordering a Scentsy club brick, it would look like this and have very large cubes. You can see I once chopped up these ones and it was really, really crumbly. But anyway, so this is about 5.5 times as big as a regular Scentsy bar. And it is recommended for the most part to cut up your cubes because some warmers can hold a whole cube, but not all of them. And if it's a mini warmer, you definitely want to cut it. The tree bricks for the holiday collection are actually divided into usually smaller pieces, so that's nice. So like these ones don't really need to be cut, but these ones you might want to. Depends on what you like to use. Anyway, so bricks come out anytime you're using your Scentsy Club subscription, you can get a Scentsy Club brick of a few select fragrances, and I love to do those with my half off item because that makes it $12 for almost 6 bars of wax. That's pretty good. And then every holiday they come out with 5 tree sized bricks, and so that's something to look forward to every year. We get excited about those. Every so often they will drop other types of bricks, but those are the two main ways to get a Scentsy brick, and otherwise they're just in bar form. All right, I'm going to start with my winter stash of bricks because that's where we are, and because that's my largest pile I have in front of me. So let's see what I've got for winter leaning bricks. A lot of my other bricks are also like I'll use them all year long or something, so I might use them in winter. Anyway, we'll start with winter. Fall, winter. Okay, Cozy Fireside. I just got this year. Obviously, I just showed you untouched, and they're harder to open in the trees. I have like a half a bar of this, so I haven't broken into this yet. I need to use up that bar this year. That's my goal, so that I have this. But I like Cozy Fireside, but I didn't want it in my club, so I was like, I'll just get a brick. Then I just have a bunch. So that's that one. I will try to use the bar up, and if I really am loving it, I'll break into the brick. But I'm not planning to necessarily use that brick this winter. Who knows? And then I got some stickers on here. Don't mind that. Holly Jolly Cider. This is a tree brick from a while ago. I'm not in love with Holly Jolly cider. The description sounds great, but for me, most of Scentsy's fruity scents mixed, or citrus scents mixed with tree, don't go well for me. It does not smell like what it should. It just kind of smells sour and weird. So this is how much I have left. I keep telling myself to just use it, and then I don't. I like that these two bricks together matched my outfit. Anyway. So yeah, Holly Jolly cider. Has anyone tried any good mixes to improve Holly Jolly cider? Because I could use some suggestions. Okay. Then I have caramel sugar cookie. This one was in a flash sale once, but that's when I got it. But I use it in fall or winter. But to me, a lot of people don't like this one, and I prefer this. It's like almost like a burnt caramel sugar cookie, and I love that. Sometimes I do mix it with sugar cookie too. So I've got this much going, chopped up one of those rows. It would be great if I can use that chopped up row by the time we get warm weather. I live in Wisconsin. We might not get warm weather till May or June. So I got a ways to try to work on this. But I'll keep this one out in my handy dandy Scentsy basket that I keep with my melting basket area. So we'll keep this one in there. All right, then I have 2 caramel chestnut bricks. This one I believe is my original from the fall of 2022 when it came out, and that year I only tried caramel chestnut and maraschino sugar cookie, I believe, because the year before I kind of burned myself. I got the whole set, but I ended up getting pregnant with my youngest, and I did not tolerate scents well that season, so I bought all the bricks, and then now I can't stand most of them, but it's just pregnancy related. But anyway, so I was more cautious the following year. I've used up quite a bit of this brick, but I have 4 cubes left, and I would really like to be able to use this up since I have a full one left and like a spare bar somewhere, and they are getting a little juicy. So this one I picked up in June of 2023. I'm sure it was in a flash sale or clearance update. So yeah, so I will keep out the partial to work on, and I do like that one. But I like it more when it's warming, and so when I sniff it on cold, I'm like, oh, I'm not really in the mood. But I need to remember to use it, because once it's on, I'm in the mood. It's good. Okay, Christmas Cottage. This was from November of 2023 when they put them in the catalog. I loved that. I was so happy they had bricks in the catalog for one season. This is a scent. Again, I don't use this one a ton, so I still have a lot left. But I would try to buy about a bar a year, so I was like, well, I'll just buy the brick, because it's one of the only bricks they let me have. Yeah, so it'll take me a while to get through, but I do like it. But I liked this collection when it was in, not Scents of the Season. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, but when they do a collection where one scent is the springboard and then they make some similar scents. I'm sorry, I can't remember what they call the collection, but I liked that collection pretty well, so I have had quite a few random bars, but Christmas Cottage Wreath is my favorite, and that one's in my club. So then a lot of times if I'm in the mood for this type of scent, I'll pick Christmas Cottage Wreath. So I haven't really used much of it, but I'm going to put this in my basket. Maybe I can get through the top row of that too. We'll see. And then Spiced Eggnog. This one is one of those bricks that I got and then found out I was pregnant, so I couldn't stand this scent. This is a brick I got with the caramel sugar cookie in the clearance sale once. So it's not that old. But I didn't write down the date because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. I like it more than I used to. And I did use one little chunk during my advent calendar thing I did. And I didn't hate it, but I kept it in my girl's bedroom, so I wasn't in it all the time. Anyway, I don't actually mind it, but I like regular eggnog so much more. That was one of my, I'm so happy it's back scents when it came back. So I end up picking that one over this one. So I'll try to use a little bit more of that before the winter's over. We'll see. And then my last two wintry bricks are Crimson Berry Christmas. This one's my favorite. And this scent was out before I let myself try bricks, because I'm like, these things are huge. I don't know if I can handle that much. And if I hate the scent, I'm going to be mad. And I wasn't using as much wax then. And I wasn't using Scentsy Club. So I didn't even get a bar to try in my Scentsy Club. Now, I watched, this is also how I started on Scentsy YouTube videos, by the way. My friend told me about watching reviews and showed me who Lisa Roberry was, and it's all downhill from there. But anyway, if any of those YouTube reviewers had said, it's really close to 'Tis the Season from Bath and Body Works, I would have jumped on this brick. They didn't. But anyway, I've gone through a few, and I keep getting them because I was buying them on like Mercari and such. Yeah. I really wish this would come back and I could have my club. But for now, I've got two. I'm actually using, I got this one after I got this one, but this one has flat bottom and this has the imprints. So this was out like when they were switching it over, because it was only out one season. But the flat bottom one also has cracked clamshell, so they both have one or most of one cube gone. So I broke into the flat bottom one even though it was full because of the whole cracked clam situation and the flat backs. Anyway, I love this scent. If I didn't have so many other scents and if I could get more of it, I would probably use it regularly and all the way through my house regularly. Be that as it may, I just use it here and there. But I love it so much. It's not a perfect dupe for 'Tis the Season, but it's pretty close. I probably like it better than 'Tis the Season, to be honest. And 'Tis the Season and this brick during pregnancy back then did not smell good either, but I've fully gotten over that and I still love it. So there's that. All right, let's move on to some other seasonal brick. And if I come across any of my images I had from when I did my last video and compared to what I used up, I'll use them. But I'm not sure if I have more than one. I also forgot to save my empty clamshells from what I have used up because I've been doing a lot of reorganizing in this room, which is still a hot mess because I had to do holiday crafting and holiday hiding and all that stuff. So anyway, that'll be a project for another day to make this room back to goodness again. But anyway, be that as it may, I don't have empty bricks to compare to show you, oh look, I used a brick, but I'll show you what I have left. I still have 2 pumpkin roll bricks, but now I have less than half of the original. And both of these were out when they did the catalog with Christmas Cottage and Very Snowy Spruce. These are the only 2 I got. But they have 2 different labels. The old-fashioned cursive label and then the new Scentsy Club print label. So I don't know. I don't know what went on there. I like them both though, so I'm happy I have them both. But I got this one at the beginning of the season, and then before the catalog rolled over, I grabbed a second one. So happy to have pumpkin roll. It's such a good fall scent. And I probably could use this longer in the year, but we put that aside during when it's not fall. But if I ever am craving it, I know where to get it. And then Vanilla Cinnamon Maple. This came out in 2021 for the holidays. This was before, this and Caramel Chestnut were before they started the trees. So they were holiday bricks, but not tree shaped. And I have a little over half, but I had a different one. This is not my original. I think my friend gave it to me because she really liked it. And then she was like, I'm done. I'm going to get rid of it. Like, well, I'll take it. I like it, but I don't love it as much as so many other scents, so I haven't gotten very far. But that's what I have left. I don't think I really used it this year. Maybe a little. Again, I'll show you if I find an image of what I used. Okay, and then for truly spring summer bricks, all I have is sea salt and avocado. I showed you this earlier. This is currently available in Scentsy Club, and officially I have not used any. However, some of these pieces are crumbled off, so I did melt what fell off. But I was using up my bar of it before I broke into this. However, this is from April of 2023, so I need to get remembering to melt it this year. That's my goal for the spring, but not for now. Although I'm sure for many people it's a good after Christmas scent. But for me it's more like once spring is starting to feel like it's coming around. I'm going to do the mixer type bricks that I have because I love those ones. In fact, I have 2 of each of them. So, toasted caramel sugar, 2 of those. I got those this year since that's when they were out. They are out currently, unless you're watching this video in the new year. Have only used, switch sides, only used this bottom piece. I'm good at mirror image, right? Only use this bottom piece, and like I said, it's in my club. I totally could go for more of these because I love it so much, but it's fine. Yeah. To me, this is more sugary marshmallow than most marshmallow labeled scents, but that's okay. Yeah, so we will try not to just hoard that and actually use it since I'll have more coming in my club. So I'll keep out one of these for my melting basket. And I've got 2 Cozy Kitchen. This one, I've used the top portion of this one. And I got both of these in November of 2023 when they were holiday bricks. This is one where I wanted to get the 2 for $40, and this was my favorite, right? I think. I don't remember 2 years ago. And I didn't want it in my club, so I just went ahead and got 2 bricks. So this might take me forever to get through because it's a good mixer, but not my reach for it all the time mixer like toasted caramel sugar. But it's good. I do need to actually reach for it. So I got some of it cut up. I'll put this in my melting basket and try not to avoid it. It'll be good. And then 2 bricks of sugar cookie. These are only available in Scentsy Club. I have not broken into either of them. I'm in the middle of a bar because I have 2 bars of this in my quarterly club. So I alternate. Brick. I use up a brick and then I use up a few bars and then I use a brick. Because I always get new ones. Once or twice a year in club I get a sugar cookie brick. Okay, I mix this with everything. You probably know it's a good mixer, but I love it. And anytime I have a scent that isn't great, I throw this in. The only one that's really, well, there's been 1 or 2 where maybe I can't tell that I mixed it in, but usually it helps. I think the only one that doesn't work, though, for real, is Holly Jolly Cider. But maybe I should try it again. But it didn't really help. But anyway, I love this, and I use a lot of it, so we will put that in my melting basket. The only reason there was a garage sale sticker on it is because I knew I could replace it. So I thought if someone else wants a brick, I will share the wealth. And not really many people stopped by my garage sale, so I kept it. All right, my last little stack to get me to 23 is kind of just fruity or bakery scents that I really could use all year, but they're not necessarily mixers, okay? So Maraschino Sugar Cookie is also out at the moment. Again, unless it's past New Year's, then it's gone, and that's sad. This one I had a brick of when it came out as a holiday brick a couple years ago. Loved that. I had it in my club for a while, but mostly for my mom. Sometimes this scent is headache inducing for me, which is really sad because I do love it. And sometimes I just need to mix sugar cookie with it. But it is such a sweet, cherry, yummy scent. I really do love it. So I wanted a brick for sure. And I was debating about what to do with Club. But the cranberry Christmas cake scent that is out for Scents of the Season, retiring at the end of the year. That's a lot like this to me, but better for me. It's to me it's very similar. Kind of a mix between this and Rum Pum Plum for me. So I love it. And right now I definitely want that one in my club. And my mom was able to put maraschino sugar cookie into her club because of this brick promotion. So I said, Mom, are you going to keep it in? Because if you're going to keep it in, I'll be brave and take it out of mine. So she's going to keep maraschino sugar cookie in. And I'm going to keep cranberry Christmas cake in. And maybe once in a while we'll do a trade. Who knows? I'm telling her, don't take anything out unless you talk to me first, just in case it's a bad idea. Because I'm also holding around the campfire for her, because I don't remember why she took it out, but she did, and she was sad. But anyway, now I have around the campfire, and I can only use a little bit of that one with toasted caramel sugar usually. Anyway, this is a side tangent, but the point is I like to share with my mom. Okay, moving on. Walnut raisin muffin, 2 of these, and I'm pretty sure these were like $10 in clearance, so I just went ahead and grabbed 2. I had just used up most of my other stash, and I was actually kind of happy to be at the end of it at the time, but then I got 2 more. Anyway, so sometimes I love this scent, and sometimes it's just, I don't reach for it. So I have a full brick of it, and then I have most of a brick. And I was going to use this more in the fall, and I just didn't reach for it. This is the problem with having too much wax, is I am not reaching for all of them. But yeah, I think I will really enjoy this now and in January and such. So we'll keep that in the melting basket and see if I remember to grab it. And at least try to use up that top row. Those were from October of 2024. So just about a year old. Lastly is Pink Poinsettia. This was also out when I was pregnant. And, right, I believe? Yeah, and it was the only one I could really tolerate at the time. So, like, I wouldn't say I'm over all of those bricks, because I have 3 of them in my stash and I kind of like them. But this was my favorite then and my favorite now. And I found out I really liked it in our basement. Also, my son loves this one. At least he did at the time. And it does not smell Christmassy at all to me. Not really. Maybe a tiny bit. But I love it in our basement, and I love it all year long, and even in summer. It's not floral. It's fruity. And it threw everyone for a loop with the name, so I don't think it was a huge hit, but I actually really liked it. So when I got it in a clearance bundle, I was all for it. In fact, I think I bought the bundle for this because I wanted this. I thought caramel sugar cookie might be okay, and I thought I might be able to pass on spiced eggnog, but I decided to keep it. Anyway, I love this one. It's just a nice, sweet, fruity scent, not too overpowering, so I put it on in the basement. It just kind of makes me happy. Anyway, so I'll put this one back down in the basement and start using it, especially now that the holidays are officially over, besides the 12 days of Christmas thing. I'll start letting myself reach for that more, because I was putting a lot of other things down there instead. And we'll see if I get to any Holly Jolly cider. So here's my basket of bricks that I would like to use. We're pretty full. At this point, my only bricks I anticipate getting will be in Scentsy Club, because I'm not allowed to order anything else through the end of the year, and therefore I won't be getting those bricks. However, if I see something in a clearance update or flash sale, that could happen. And I think I'm going to get vanilla bean buttercream next, because I did not have that. I used that one up, but I have been buying bars now. But then it's like, I just bought a bar, I need to buy another bar. So that's what I like about bricks the most, is when you have a scent that you're just using frequently, you don't have to keep just buying bars. Which means I would like a brick of vanilla amber, velvet cashmere woods, lemon sorbet, and churro churro. Those, off the top of my head, those ones would make great bricks for me. All right. Anyway, so we will work on those bricks, and hopefully I'll do a better job at keeping track. And I'll come back next when it starts feeling like spring, I guess, and show you my progress, and we'll switch some over. And we'll see if I have any new bricks by then or not. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.